Mr. Hunt, in his own personal belief, believed in the initial beginning that Lee Harvey Oswald had made the move that he did based upon derogatory comments that Mr. Hunt's radio program Lifeline had expanded against John Fitzgerald Kennedy. So Mr. Hunt.
So that's all the anti-Kennedy things that he had been doing that you were just talking about. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
So Mr. Hunt believed that if Lee Harvey Oswald ever went to trial and ever testified, that he would tie Mr. Hunt into his anti-Kennedy program, and therefore would be a very critical situation for him. And in fact, Mr. Hunt believed that he himself could be indicted based upon Lee Harvey Oswald's testimony. So on a Saturday afternoon, about 4:30, 5 o'clock, Mr. Hunt called me, asked me to go down to the Dallas Police Department and check the security that was going on around Lee Harvey Oswald. I did go down to the police department. I did, just coincidental, I got on the same elevator with Captain Will Fritz and Lee Harvey Oswald. Captain Will Fritz was a good friend of Mr. Hunt's, was a friend of mine. He introduced me to Oswald. We made no exchange of any words there, we just looked at each other. But Mr. Hunt wanted the security checked around Lee Harvey Oswald, and then I was to report back to him regardless of the time of night it might be. And I finally left the Dallas Police Department about 1:30, 2 o'clock on a Sunday morning there.
And you reported back to him?
I had instruction to report to Mr. Hunt back in person to his house on Lothar Drive there in Dallas. At that time, he asked me if I would go to Joe Savello's house, who was head of the mafia for the southern part of the United States, and see if Savello would come over to Mount Vernon. That was Mr. Hunt's home, and which I did. I went to Savello's house about 2:30 on a Sunday morning. Got him up out of bed. He agreed to go to Mr. Hunt's house. I think he got over there about 7 o'clock, about 11 o'clock. Lee Harvey Oswald was shot by Jack Ruby.